Hey everybody, this is SkyTrack 13 meteorologist Sean Ash with an afternoon update on the storm potential, and we do have some storms across the viewing area. Keep in mind, at time of recording, we're around 3 p.m. This is the scan of live Doppler 13 radar at this point in time. You can see one little cluster there just to the southwest of Indianapolis, east of Terre Haute, and we're talking about the Clay, Putnam, Owen County lines. This is really the beginning of what's going to be these storms flaring up and down as we go through the evening hours. I want to show you the visible satellite. A couple of things to point out. We had that overcast early on. You can really feel the difference now that the warm front is north of most of the metro area. And temperatures around 3 o'clock, you can see the difference. 80 in Marion, 93 in Bedford, almost 90 in Terre Haute. That air is much more unstable, and that's where the storms are beginning to bubble up. And heat indices ranging from 80 in Marion, where it's not much of a player, to the lower and mid-90s, a little bit farther to the south. In fact, 106 is the heat index in Bedford at this hour, and 98 in Seymour. So I want to let you know, if you've got some plans this evening, and there's a lot going on, we'll start with Operation Football. You need to download the WTHR weather app. It is not a guarantee that a storm is going to move over your ball game, but there will be some around during game times. So just be wary of that. We got mid-80s for kickoff temperatures around 7 o'clock. Going to be very, very sticky. Indians in town, second to last game against the Clippers. And once again, I can't tell you right now that there's going to be a storm that's going to move over Victory Field, but it is a possibility. And very likely that by the time 9 or 10 o'clock rolls around, a lot of the action may be north of I-70. Luke Bryan concerts in town as well the next couple of nights. And again, something very similar. No guarantees you're going to get wet, but it is a possibility. 83 at 7 o'clock and still rather humid by 11 p.m. This is a depiction of Future Track 13 as we go in. It's picking up right now on the initiation of the storms in southwest Indiana, and notice the movement kind of north-northeast. So that puts the metro area in play. Likewise, Noblesville, Kokomo, Marion. And then as we go in about 8 or 9 o'clock, the coverage will start to diminish just a little bit. I think we're going to have several hours of very quiet but rather humid weather overnight tonight. And then likely that storms will form to our west and then maybe move in here early tomorrow morning. So I can't rule out that we're not going to have some storms to start out Saturday, and really just the unsettled pattern that we're going to be in this weekend. So check in with Kelly Green starting tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., and it's fair game from the time you wake up to the time evening rolls around. You might have a shower or thunderstorm. We don't anticipate severe weather, but there's just so much moisture in the atmosphere that whatever you have on radar that goes over your backyard tomorrow has heavy rain potential. Storms around possibly in the morning, more of a scattered variety by 4 o'clock. May get a little break in the action midday, and then I think Saturday evening we're back into some more storms, and maybe fairly likely. A lot of that's going to depend on cloud cover. If we're overcast tomorrow, that helps us out. Jumping ahead to Sunday on Future Track 13, you know, the models have been trying to hint that maybe the convective boundary sinks a little farther south on Sunday, and if that's the case, we may salvage a decent late Sunday. I think Sunday definitely starts fairly wet in spots for sure, and then as you see here in Future Track 13, and other models are kind of jumping on board here, may get a break late Sunday, and the first half of Labor Day may not be too shabby. Now, that sun on Monday morning wouldn't be a good thing, because I think that helps play with another front, and we may dig at some more rain. These are some totals by tomorrow evening. Now, mind you, some storms are going to produce heavier amounts than this. I think the idea here is that by the time the weekend is over, some spots, I think, definitely pick up 1 to 3 inches. Where that's going to be determined. Here's the SkyTrack 13 7-day forecast now. Unsettled is the best way to sum it up, at least through the middle of next week. And I wouldn't even doubt that we're going to be completely dry Thursday and Friday, so we may have to add storm chances. This is a very summerish pattern, arriving about a month and a half late, but September starts on a summer note. Be safe this evening. I'll be keeping you updated here on WTHR.com, as well as our mobile apps and online with Twitter and Facebook and Google+.